right, welcome back to Orange Peeler. Zane, how are you going?
Very well, very well.
Very well.
Things might look a bit different today. We've got a new setup.
Yeah, new mics, bit going on.
I think they are in the way at the moment, but, you know, it'll be sorted out next week. It'll be sorted.
We're still, tampering with it a little bit. I sound a bit sick. It's because I got food poisoning on Saturday. You might have seen if you watch my vlog, and off the back of that, I've got the flu. I just told Zane it's not COVID. I've tested negative a bunch of times, but I sound pretty bad, But I don't feel that bad. I've just got a sore throat. But we power through. You went to the Panthers Souths game on Thursday night, Zane.
I did.
Was that one of the best games you've ever been to?
Yes. Especially being in the Burrow for that, like, final moments and the aftermath. It was incredible. So good.
I remember just watching it on TV, and I think I wanted Panthers to win. Like, I'd tipped Panthers, but then you just whipped Souths home anyway.
Yeah.
Like, nothing beats a good last-minute try, no matter who's scoring it. We'll talk about that now, really, because the first game was Panthers versus Souths. Before we get into it, you had Souths 1-12, but you had Cody Walker to score a try, and he failed you.
Used to have a very good record at scoring against Penrith. He hasn't scored in either of the games this year.
I'll tell you who kept up their record of scoring against Souths. Stephen Crichton, who I had. He got the hat-trick. He got all of Panthers' points.
He did.
And I had Panthers 1-12, though, so you beat me there. But, yeah, what did you think of the game? I thought, first things first, Latrell Mitchell. What was it, a month ago we said that he needs to start stepping into games, and hasn't he done that?
He has, in a big way as well, in a scary way for other teams, the way he's playing at the
And we
moment.
said, like, he'd done it the past couple of weeks, and we were like, all right, but he has to do it against Panthers. He never steps up.
And this was
He stepped up big
completely
time.
owned them. He owned them like the other night. And you traded him out weeks ago.
I traded him out in fantasy a month ago.
He got 80 against the Dogs. He got 66 against the Dolphins. He's got an
He's averaging 75 his last 5 weeks or something, and that's like since I traded him out. Oh,
I
he's
think
taught
I'm
me a
close
lesson.
to making him captain soon, but Penrith have the Tigers, so I'm going to keep Cleary as captain for now.
Yeah. So you've got him in your fantasy, lucky
Mitchell,
as.
and Cleary.
Yeah, I've got Cleary.
And Fafita, and Murray. And Carrigan, I got heaps.
You just stacked.
The rest of them,
There was a set there in the first half from Latrell where it was literally just Latrell did the whole set.
I know.
It was like 6 tackles where he'd take the hit up and then he'd like throw an offload and then take the next run.
That's why I'm worried.
And he just carried him all the way down the field.
If we lose him, that's going to be worrying
that's
signs
true.
for Souths, I think. So
He's looking healthy though. That's the thing. Like,
he is.
And he's calm as well. Like he doesn't look like getting suspended.
He's very cocky as well at the moment.
I don't think he's cocky in a bad way though.
But
at the moment,
see, like they said it well in Bloke in a Bar the other day, and like he knows he's better than everyone out there. That's the thing.
I heard that.
Like, that's why he's like the way he is, because he knows he can smash everyone if he wanted to.
He's finally like realised, no, hang on, I can literally be the best player in the world if I want to.
He just doesn't look like he's trying. Sometimes. Like he literally like not even run out full pace, and he just knocks him over to the floor. Like it's unbelievable.
It's hectic and. Yeah, he had such a good game. Like, I hate him so much, but you got to respect how good he played.
Yeah.
Like, he's in some crazy form at the moment.
Jeff Tuvey was saying they should leave him out of the blue side and play Stephen Crichton instead.
What?
I
was literally about to say, I cannot wait for Origin because I get Latrell on my team 3 times a year and it's in Origin.
I'm nervous for him to play as a South fan. I kind of
would. I'd
rather him stay at South, but, you know, I'm happy for him at Blues because, you know, I love the Blues, but
because you don't want him to get hurt.
I don't want him to get hurt. That's the thing. But,
Well, you just mentioned Stephen Crichton, who obviously Jeff Tuvey for some reason thinks should replace Latrell. I'm not anti-Crichton in Origin, especially off the back of this game. I thought he was really good for Panthers.
Well, we can talk a bit more about Origin, but Tom Trbojevic.
Well, that's the thing with Turbo and Dowd. It's like who
I know Fittler loves him, but it's hard to say. I don't think he should be getting picked for the side at the moment. I
agree. As of right now, I'd be picking Crichton over Turbo.
I wouldn't be picking Crichton. I'd be picking Campbell Graham first.
I'd have Graham and Crichton in the team. So I'd have
Sawali as well.
Yeah, so I'd go Graham and Latrell left and Crichton and Toto right because they play club together as well. You get the combos.
Works, but at the same time, I think Latrell and Toto could go well because you know, they're just big people.
It is true.
Storm over.
And I think as we've said last week when we did our sides, New South Wales have heaps of options.
Got something I could tell you off air as well because Not going to say it public yet, but something regarding the blue side. But I'll tell you after.
Right. Zane's got a horrible take and he doesn't want to own up to everyone.
It's a big take as well.
Oh, is it actually a take?
Something I'm not going to say publicly. No.
Ladies and gentlemen, Zane has the worst take in the world.
It's not a take.
And he's too scared to say it on camera.
It's something we've heard.
Yeah, that's all good. You can tell me later. I thought Stephen Crichton, his defense wasn't the best in this game, but just his attack.
Oh, yeah.
He was literally unstoppable.
Just owns South in attack.
He does, doesn't he?
And
I said jokingly, or not even half jokingly, I was like, I can't wait for Stephen Crichton to come to the Dogs next year because he might win us a Good Friday game. Because he loves playing Souths.
He does. And Toto had a good game as well.
Yeah, Toto
I love
was
that he's
good.
wearing the headgear.
I was about to say, I love the headgear, brothers.
Just all because Crichton's wearing
it's so dumb. Imagine them in Origin together in their headgear. It'd be so stupid. I thought Cleary, he was playing with not broken, but he had like an injured groin or something, didn't he?
Not a bad one, though.
But I thought his defense, some of the stops he made.
He's one of those players who are saying the other way. You don't realise how good some players are until you watch them live. And Cleary's one of those players.
Just his defensive stops, he just kept turning up.
His defense, but his attack as well. He's just so good with the ball in his hand. It's so cool to watch live.
Even off the ball as well, watching like him organise the team around the field and stuff like that.
Both those blokes, Latrell as well. You don't realise how good he actually is until you watch him live. Like when he's holding the ball and just the way he runs and doesn't, like no one can stop him. And you're just like, you're just shocked when you're watching just how he gets around people.
Yeah, that's fair. I thought it's because obviously Souths were down by 8 with like 5 left
and
maybe.
Usually Penrith would go on just to win.
Well, that's what happened earlier in the year. Souths came back late.
They were coming for him,
Penrith held him off. But this time, once again, Souths just didn't say die. They hung in the game and they pulled this one out of the hat. They pulled the rabbit out of the hat, pun intended. What was your like live reaction as that try unfolded?
Well, I was sitting with CJ Moxley. If you know who he is, he's another YouTuber. And the Borough, we had gone silent. Like, we weren't live, we were going silent. Then
because the game seemed over. The game was over, bro.
We were like, all chanting again. And that try, I never seen like Accor Stadium the way it was. Like, everyone was just like unbelievable. The atmosphere there. Like, I've never been to like a major Origin or a grand final, but that's the best I've seen. Like it was so loud and everyone was just jumping around. And that Panthers guy who was sitting in front of the Borough sign, who gets up, turns around, gives us the finger. 10 minutes to go. He got up and left. Got up and left. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So
that's good.
Got out of there ASAP.
No, you didn't get bashed.
No, he got abused. But
he got abused, but not
didn't look and just stormed out.
Yeah, I love that. And then the only other thing you might have some more stuff to take out of this game, but I just wanted to touch on as well. Tungo has come up injured.
Yeah,
which is I don't think it was in the game.
Hasn't he? Is Taruva in?
Taruva's playing this week, I think, but he might be carrying. We'll get to the Panthers game, but there's a lot of players rumoured they're going to be dropped this week.
Yeah.
But we'll come back to that. But I just wanted to mention that Targo picked up an injury, and I don't know how the Panthers' depth is going to go because they have depth, but it's already being tested.
Yeah,
like they have May out for the season, obviously already.
It's such good depth, though.
Yeah, it is. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. But yeah, do you have anything else to add?
We kind of explained it. Like it was just the best I've seen Accor ever. Like, and 20,000 was the
it was 19,000
for a Thursday night. That's actually really
for
good.
a Thursday night. That is hectic.
Like we were sitting there, I was expecting probably maybe pushing the 13,000 because but 20,000. I was shocked. I was like, wow.
Yeah, I think if that game really should have been on like a Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah, like we've had both the
just
Panthers
to get bigger crowds. Which is I understand like Thursday night's good, like it's the best TV spot.
Yeah.
But like if you want big crowds, they're two teams where you're going to get a crowd.
Come on.
Yeah, or don't play it at Trelliance.
Yeah.
That's a game that deserves to be at Trelliance, to be honest.
Because
you can pack it out.
All South's home games should be.
I agree.
To be honest, but it is what it is.
And then let's go to the Friday night Eels Broncos game before we get into the details. You hit a multi. Like You got all 3 bets right. You had Broncos 1-12, and your boy Ezra Mam.
Yeah, he did.
You pick him a lot, and he scores a lot.
Yeah, I know.
So you got him.
He's out this week. Which
He's
we'll
out,
get to soon, yeah.
And then I had Eels 1-12 and Gutho. Gutho scored, but the Eels let me down massively.
I think we were different in all our tips this week, except
one. Yeah, we had opposite tips.
Yes, I know. I got 7 out of 8. Bloody Titans.
And I got 2 out of 8.
I can't wait to talk about that. But Titans ruined my perfect round when you really shouldn't.
I was
have
going
lost
back through it.
I cannot believe they lost that game. I would have had a perfect round if they could just be normal for once.
Like, I was going back through it because I did so bad. I'm like, wait, if I've done this bad, it means that Zane's got a perfect round. And then I went back through. I was like, oh, the Titans.
Yeah. So you got 1.
Yeah, I got 2 because I got Dolphins.
Yeah.
So Roosters, Dolphins.
Oh, yeah. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, the Eels Broncos game, I think this will be, what did I call it last week? I found like some random player and called it whatever bowl. Yeah. I think it's going to be the hip drop bowl next time because the amount of hip drop tackles and hip drop drama out of this one.
Though. Like the Ezra Mam, that's an example of a hip drop, that one. But
and he got sin binned, right?
Yeah, that was
he's out,
what a hip drop
and
is.
And then what did you think of Hopgood's?
Hopgood's was ridiculous.
Not a hip drop?
Not a hip drop. Payne Haas's.
What do you think of Haas's?
Campbell Gillard's out for about 10 weeks, but I mean, I don't think that was a hip drop. It's just the way... Payne Haas is a heavy bloke. Like, that was always going to hurt.
I think my take is Mams was a hip drop.
Yeah.
Hopgood's not a hip drop. And then Haas, I'm 50-50. I can't... At first, I was like, that's a clear as day hip drop.
It's more of a crusher tackle than it was hip drop, to be honest.
When you watch it over and over, he swings, but he still drops his hips.
Yeah.
But like, because it's momentum from swinging, so it's hard.
Yeah.
But obviously, when Regan Campbell-Gillard's out for 8 to 10 weeks... It's like I think he probably should have been. Yeah. It's hard because you don't want to judge it off the injuries. But if he's obtained an injury like that, usually it means that it must have been an illegal action.
Yeah.
So it's a tricky one. And Haas ended up getting charged for it. That's the problem. He didn't get sin binned, but then he gets charged.
Yeah, because they knew
I hate
Campbell
that.
was injured, so they're like, we have to do something.
I just hate it when either.
But if it was Cleary, it would have been nothing. It was Cleary that made that tackle.
You reckon? No. Because I reckon Haas is up there with like as big of a name as Cleary.
Oh, yeah, but you see if it was Victor Radley or Latrell
if it was Victor Radley, he'd never be allowed to play footy again.
They'd be gone off the field.
Yeah, no, that's a fair shout. Like if that was Victor Radley, he would have been sin binned.
Yeah,
but we'll get to the Victor Radley sin binnings. What else did you think of this game?
The second half I didn't enjoy too much. Like the first half I watched that to Rugby Beach Hotel.
Well, the Broncos just like ran away with it in the first half.
I thought like they were going to win by a lot more, but Eels hung in there. But the Eels, I'm worried for them at the moment.
They did all right in the second half. I thought they did hang in there.
I don't rate them this year.
They're very inconsistent, not just week to week, but also across 80 minutes.
I've got like the top 8 this year is going to be so close, but it's just I don't know if the Eels can make it. You'd think they'd have to, but like
they're capable of making it.
6 sides who will make the 8. Like Penrith will make it, Broncos are going to make it, Souths are going to make it, like
Storm
Sharks
maybe,
will make it, like Storm should, Roosters should.
Maybe.
I think Warriors probably will, and I think
Dolphins
crazily Dolphins are going to make the 8.
Yeah,
I honestly think they're making the 8, which is crazy. To think. But we'll talk about the Dolphins a bit more, but we can go in a bit about it. Like Wayne Bennett's sides, they're always built ready for finals.
Oh yeah,
if the Dolphins make the 8.
They'll be coming.
I cannot. No one would have thought they could go deep in the finals. No. Imagine.
I didn't. I thought they were going to come second last.
I think if the Dolphins make the 8, they're going deep in the finals.
Yeah.
I honestly reckon.
It's Wayne Bennett.
Oh, it'd be unbelievable to see, but we'll talk about.
Yeah, we'll get to that
very soon.
Yeah, so you're a bit worried about the Eels.
I am.
I don't know if I'm worried yet.
They weren't good against the Tigers.
I can see them missing the 8, but I'm not worried yet. I'm maybe starting to get worried, but like.
At the moment, there is 3 sides that I've put the pen through for making the 8.
Really? Like to not make the 8?
I'm pretty certain probably won't be making
Tigers, Bulldogs, Cowboys?
Dragons, and unfortunately your Bulldogs. They're the 3.
Really?
I'm keeping the Cowboys there for now, but...
I agree, except I'd swap Cowboys and
They're the 3
Bulldogs.
sides who I think, pretty certain...
Even Dragons. Dragons looks good on the weekend.
Yeah, but, they come in and out. They just...
I think
they will get wins, big wins as well. Yeah. I just don't think they're going to.
I just think the comp's too close to be able to rule teams out.
Yeah, I just think,
except Tigers,
like Tigers, Bulldogs, and Dragons are the 3 teams I'm saying won't be playing finals this year.
Honestly, what round is it? Round 9. We're heading into round 9. Bulldogs are currently
still ages to go.
Bulldogs are currently 16th, and I'm going on the record. I still think Dogs are going to get 8th. I really do.
Well, we're going to say this in round 25 when they're 12.
Yeah, we'll run it back in round 27. I just think at the start, the problem is the improvement from other teams as well. Like, there's a lot of teams that are going unexpectedly better than we thought, like Warriors, Dolphins. Yeah. But at the start of the year, I went through the draw and was like, these are the games I think we'll win. These are the games I think we'll lose. And we haven't lost any games that I thought would win. We're just losing games I expected to lose anyway. The problem is the for and against. But we'll get to the Bulldogs. Let's stay focused on the Eels and Broncos. Yeah. We're getting a bit off track. I thought, obviously the hip drops were a problem. You said the Eels, like, you're a little bit worried about now. I thought they were sloppy. They looked all right at the end, but their first half especially was really bad. What do you make of the Broncos, though, on the flip side? Like, because I thought the Broncos looked good.
They've always just such a good team in the opening half, but whenever they've got a big lead, they just seem to fall asleep in the second half. And not necessarily fall asleep like another team we're going to speak about with second halves, but they just get lazy and they're like not putting as much effort. Like, I'm sure if they're up against, like, if it's a closer game, they definitely will. But they should just keep pushing through in those second halves so they can get a bigger win, because they've done it against the Tigers, which they'll smash them at that point, and they've done it against the Eels now, which, when they've got a pretty convincing lead, they just seem to get a bit lazy at the end. I didn't enjoy the second half, to be honest. I just thought it was just, and the rain as well, just kind of, I just thought it was a bit of a boring half. But first half, entertaining from the Broncos.
They just came out and blitzed him.
Adam Reynolds. I hate seeing how well he's going, but I love that he's going so well. It's
like when you break up with your misso and then you see she's off with, like, a better dude.
I love him so much, and I love how calm he is when he gets the ball, and just how perfect his kicks always are. Like, he's such a good player to watch when he's at his best.
That's all right. You got your rebound in Jack Wighton.
And the thing is, I'm worried about Jack Wighton. We'll talk about it.
We'll get to that. Bulldogs Sharks.
Yeah,
I thought. Go.
Of a game, I thought.
Yeah, honestly. It almost was the worst game of the week. Not that it was bad by any stretch, but boy, there were some good games. And this one was just sort of what you expected. To be honest, I
still didn't think the Sharks were that good.
Really?
They weren't at their best, and I saw the rain. I'm like, wet hair Nico's coming.
Nico played well.
I know. I'm like, wet hair Nico, this is going to be. But the Sharks overall, I'm still just.
They should have beat us.
They've got more in them.
They should have beat us by more than 13 points.
Look, they did well to hang in there, but I think. We all knew Sharks would win that game.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think many people were tipping the Dogs.
That's what I mean. Like, I think Sharks... I tipped the Bulldogs, but I thought Sharks would have done a number on us.
I still think they've got so much...
I came out of that game almost happy. Like, we only lost by 13.
I know. Nico Hines was great, but the rest of them just seem to be in second gear still.
They're not clicking as much as they did last year, I reckon. Like, they definitely have really good moments, and overall, I think they're doing all right, but they could be doing better.
I'm backing them to make the grand final.
Yeah.
But just, they're flat track bullies. Like, they don't seem to beat those top sides. So I just feel like when the finals comes, when they're going to click on.
Yeah, it's only early days. Like
Ronaldo Mulatalo, come on.
Yeah, let's talk about that. 2
bomb tries this week.
Let's talk about and that's his second bomb try of the year.
The first one was the Ilias one where, he was smiling, running over the line.
Did a big dive. Yeah. And then this one... No one near him, and he just dove out.
Big dramatic dive, didn't he? Like, he could have just simply ran in a bit more. Like, he had so much.
He literally could have cut in and made the goal kick easier for Nico as well.
But he wanted to look, all dramatic and have this spectacular dive,
and then just dove out, bro. You can't be doing that.
And even when it happened live, I'm like, oh, it looks like he's touched the line here. Then, the commentators were pretty like.
They gave the try because straight away I was like, that's not a try. I was on the opposite side of the field, and I could tell he went out. Like, it did not look like he stayed in the field. He, dove on the line. Yeah. I was surprised how actually close it was on the replay. Like, I thought it was way more out than what it ended up being. But, man, if that's like... If he's not Ronaldo Mulatalo, like if he's a fringe winger, probably gets dropped for that, I reckon. Yeah. Like, that's bad. You can't do that. Yeah, like, imagine if that's like game on the line. Yeah, like, imagine it's against Panthers and you're up or down by 2, and so you do a big fancy dive to score the match winner. Yeah. And then you just can't do that.
And Reid Marnie, I didn't think played well.
Reid Marnie had an average game. Yeah, he's got mistakes and penalties in him.
But Burton the 7, I didn't mind, but the thing with Burton, he needs, I know everyone loves the bombs, but he needs to stop doing them. Like,
you know what?
Not consistently.
You know what? I don't reckon he does them enough.
I just think he does them way too much when he doesn't need to. And
he hasn't been bombing the spiral ones, but he's been doing end over end bombs, which he does too much. If you're going to put up a bomb, do a spiral.
He needs to do longer kicks instead of
he needs to punt
ones.
instead of high.
You know, it happened. It was a problem in Origin last year. Like, it worked in game 2, but then they come out in game 3, and the first kick they do of the game is a bomb, which was not needed. And like, he's doing them here as well. Like, in this game, like he puts up this bomb like early in the game, and the Sharks scored off like not long after it. Like, he needs to be kicking them long instead of putting these high kicks up and
there's not enough chasing as well from the Bulldogs players, which is something I noticed.
They're not chasing them. Like,
there's no pressure on the kicker, on the catcher.
If they're going to put in those kicks, they need to be chasing them.
Yeah,
like,
which they're not. I 100% agree. That was like one of the main things I was like yelling at the game. It's like, chase the kicks, bro.
You had Declan Casey scoring.
I had Declan Casey to redeem himself.
Jaden Ockenbaugh
sorry, I forgot to do that, eh?
I had Jaden Ockenbaugh to redeem himself.
He had Sharks 13 plus and Ockenbaugh. So I think you owe Nico Hines your life after he kicked that field goal to make it 13
Ockenbaugh, he had a better game, but, still.
He's good as a forward, honestly. Yeah. I don't mind him as a forward. His defense is really good. I had Doggies 1 to 12 in Casey, so I got Casey. Let me just see. I thought you said like Burton was all right as a 7.
Yeah.
I agree. He did nothing wrong as a 7.
This week as well.
But I was about to say Flanagan. I thought he had a pretty good game. I thought that was his best game of the season. Now he's been dropped, so
and Josh
I think that's very interesting. Yeah, so Reynolds has been named at 6.
Okay.
Alopu's still in the reserves. The team that was named today, there's no utility on the bench. It's 4 forwards.
Yeah.
4 Manu Browns in the reserves and Flanagan and Alopu. I'd expect one of them to come onto the bench because Reynolds can't play 80.
Yeah. So who's on the Dogs bench?
So it's like Moran, Hughes, and then like 2 other forwards. Ockenbaugh, and then another forward. Like Sutton.
Ockenbaugh can be a utility. Play him in 5'8".
I was about to say, I'd put Ockenbaugh at halfback. Why not? Why not?
See how that goes. Fullback maybe.
Yeah, no, I thought Flano had his best game of the season. Like, not that he was like incredible. I thought he was all right. Yeah. Like, there was definitely improvement. I'm disappointed that they've gone 1 week with him at 5'8". He had a pretty decent game. And then they've gone, all right, you dropped now. I would have liked to give him a couple more weeks.
Yeah, but I think the Bulldogs are starting to get in a bit of panic mode.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. And we've got a 5-week period now where it's like...
What is it, 3 in a row they've lost, and they had that win against the the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Then before that, they lost.
It was like Storm round 2 and Tigers round 3.
Yeah, you won those games. You lost to Manly.
And then we've lost like technically
what was round 4? Who'd they play?
I don't remember.
Round 5 was the Cowboys. Round 4 was a loss, I believe.
Yeah, it was because we've only beat Storm, Tigers, Cowboys.
Was it?
There was a game in between. Was Cowboys round 5?
Yes, round 4 I'm thinking of. Who was it that they lost to?
Warriors.
Yes,
in New
that
Zealand.
was in New Zealand, yeah. So.
Yeah, our next 5 weeks is Dragons.
Which in Wollongong as well.
Dragons in Wollongong, but like that's a winnable game.
It is, but Dragons, they always turn it on when they're playing Wollongong.
And then we got Raiders Magic Round, which is winnable.
Yeah, and that's no home team advantage there, really.
Yeah. And then Warriors, our home game, which the way the Warriors are going, tough.
I'd love Warriors.
But like we gave it to them in New Zealand, so it's winnable. It's tough, but winnable. And then Titans into a bye. So this next month is like super important.
Yeah.
Like they must win games to keep the season alive.
I'm writing them off for the 8. I am, like I said, but they need to win these.
Honestly, if we want to make the 8, we have to go 4 from 4.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Or 3 from 4 at the minimum.
Like you need to win
ideally minimum, 4 from 4.
Well, this season, you need to normally win a minimum 12 games to make the 8. Yeah. I think you're going to have to win more this year.
Yeah.
Like I think it's going to be closer to 14 wins.
Well, especially because of our for and against, we can't afford to be tied 8th. We're going to have to be cemented 8th.
You need to start getting big wins. Yeah. Like you can't have these 2-point wins. Like they need to be like
unless we're winning every game by 2 points.
Yeah,
like unless we need either lots of wins or just big wins.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it just sucks the amount of injuries we have because it is keeping us out of the
They've got a good future coming.
Yeah, definitely. I think the next couple of years are looking good.
Like they're similar to Penrith back,
2019, 2018.
Not even
Panthers.
Earlier than that.
Yeah.
Like Paul Kent, which, most of us bag him. He tipped Penrith to be in the top 4 in 2017, 2018 and 2019 because he knew they were coming.
Yeah.
But they just had a lot of off-field dramas during that time.
Yeah.
And I think Gould was just getting way too involved with them.
Yeah.
Like, Gould left and they got cleaned up those off-field dramas, and that's when they got going.
Yeah.
Into the potential.
Well, I think we're just so close for it all to just fall into place and being a final side, but
I think
we're just not there yet.
Like I said, 2021, I think it was 24 would be the year the Dogs make the 8 again.
Yeah. I thought 8 this year, and I think if it wasn't for our injuries, I reckon we could be finals this year.
I think they could end up being a similar side to Penrith.
Like they just go straight to the top.
Team, yeah.
Yeah.
But last season, everyone fought top 4. Remember pre-season?
Yeah.
I thought that
because we'd signed Fox, Burden.
They got the wooden spoon and everyone thought top 4 next year. I'm like, come on.
I think my predicted was like 12th, and then everyone else is like, oh no, like top 4.
Yeah.
Like easily top 4.
It's like, look at who they have, and then, most of them were shocking.
Well, we were like last for a lot of the season too. We got like lucky at the end and like snuck into the top 12.
And everyone's like, Mick Potter, make him coach.
Yeah. But yeah, I think you just got to be patient as a Doggies fan. You just got to be more patient. It's coming. And the Sharks, I thought they were right. There's definitely still improvement in them, but like if you're winning games 13 plus and you can still improve, I think that's good signs. Yeah. And like you've got them to make the grand final, so I'm keen. And shout out to Nico Hines.
Especially their backline. I know they've got something really good.
It's such a dangerous backline.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Knights, Cowboys. Let's look at who we tipped.
I tipped Cows, I believe.
So I said Knights 1-12 and Ponga, which none of that happened. Shockingly, I'm so bad at tipping. Wait till you see my new tipping strategy this week. You're going to love it. And then you said Cowboys 1-12 and Nanai. And Nanai didn't score, but the Cowboys, they got a win. Yeah. Finally, they got a win. Did you watch this game?
I did watch this game.
Because I didn't really get to see much.
I got more into it in the second half, especially like the last 20.
Yeah.
Like, Knights, they're just hanging in there. Like, I think Cowboys deserved to win, and they should have won by more.
Yeah.
But the Knights, they were good.
They were right, eh?
They hung in there.
Which is what they've done every week.
On the bench as well.
Wait, did he?
Yeah, he
I didn't even notice that. Wow, okay.
On the bench, yeah.
And then played 5'8"?
Yeah, they brought him on to 5'8".
How many minutes did he play?
Oh, he played about 60 or so, 50.
How did I never hear about that?
He started off, when he was named to start.
I watched the mini. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, so...
I thought, I had down, I still don't think he's a 5'8", but you watched more of the game than me. What do you think?
Look, he was...
Did he do much?
He's still Kalen Ponga, that's the thing. He's still just his normal self. That he still's got his step in him, and he's still taking on he didn't get knocked out, which I was very surprised by. But, he's still himself, but it's just different with him. Like, I don't know how to make it out. Like, I'd rather him play fullback, but...
He's doing all right. Like, he does the job.
Like, he's still got his step. He's still passing the ball like he used to. It's just to try and get him in the game a bit more, I think.
Yeah, it is. And, Lockie Miller's killing it, so...
And, the Knights, their attack's good, but they're in a similar state to the Tigers. When they get inside their opposition's 20, they just can't seem to execute
Yeah, that's fair.
Dom Young bombed about 2 tries that he should have scored. And, they made a few errors, especially out back. Like Dom Young, he made a few silly errors. So, they got a bit of improvement. They're just hanging in. Like, they're not letting teams wallop over them like they did last season.
Which, that's what the Knights are this year. They just hang in games.
I remember
and make it earn a win.
Talking about how long Adam O'Brien would last, and I thought this would be the stage where he gets sacked. But no, I think he's sweet now. I think, if they're playing the way they are, they're trying their best. I don't think they're going to sack him.
They're doing all right. Like, they're not winning... heaps of games, but they're hanging in games.
I'm not going to rule them out of making the 8, but I'm not convinced they're going to make it.
I'm just concerned, I think they're doing good, but they're not winning games.
Yeah.
Like, they're winning some, but they're just they're competing in every game. Like, they competed with Panthers.
Yeah.
But they're just not winning games.
They're another side who, I'm not going to rule out for the 8 like I have with those 3 teams.
Yeah.
I don't think they're making. I don't think they're going to, with how close it is, I don't think they're going to have enough to make it. Like, I think where they are now, which is 12th, 11th,
yeah, that sounds
that's
right.
where they'll finish.
It's all the bottom 8's all equal. It's crazy. You said you're not ruling the Cowboys out yet.
No.
What did you make of their game?
They're still not the side they were last year, but I think, when it comes to these bottom side teams, I think they get the wins over them. Like that Bulldogs game, they should have won that game.
Definitely.
They should have.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think they beat the Dragons and Tigers and Bulldogs. I mean, Tigers anyone beats, but Bulldogs, Knights, obviously. I think they beat those sides.
But they don't beat top 8 sides.
The top 8, some of the sides that are in there now, I'm pretty certain will be there at the end of the year. So Cowboys really should be worried. Like, they need to get it together, especially with Origin coming up.
Yeah.
They're going to be losing a bit of players.
Yeah, I'm worried about the Cowboys, definitely. I don't think they can make the 8, to be honest.
I'm not going to rule it out. Like, I'm going to stay convinced.
It's hard to rule teams out because of how close it is. Like, there's one win between 2nd and Bulldogs 16th. One win. It's so insane. But, yeah, I don't have anything else to add to that because I don't really watch much of it. But, the Cowboys were good at the end, weren't they?
I loved it.
You like the... I didn't like the Knights Anzac one.
I've always been a fan of just simple jerseys, and that's exactly what
So I didn't think it was that simple. I thought it was a bit messy.
No, it's just really just blue, and it had that design. Like, I just didn't mind it. I liked it.
Yeah, I thought the Cowboys one was really good.
Theirs was good because I like when they move the colours well together.
Yeah, the yellow works so well.
That's
with
what the Tigers
navy.
did as well with their original one, like the orange background. But they had to change it a bit.
Yeah,
their image on theirs was literally the first image that comes up when you search up Anzac. Yeah, they're just like, we'll go with this simple one. We're not going out there onto stock and finding an intense orange image to put there. So use this simple one of a
It's like, what are our team colours? I get orange Anzac.
No, it's literally just Anzac. If you search up Anzac, the first image, just the soldier, and they made the background orange.
Surely go to page 2. Yeah. Google Images page 2. Obviously, you seem pumped to talk about this game. You said, Dane, Titans 13 plus.
I can't.
How did you feel after 26 minutes? They're up 26-0. You must have been home.
They were getting to 40 in the first half.
It looked like 50 even.
Dolphins were dreadful.
Oh, you thought 40 in the first half?
They were all over him. Dolphins' defense was dreadful. Like, Tino went over untouched.
Yeah.
Such an easy try.
Yeah.
And, like, I was just disgusted by the Dolphins. They were so bad in this first half.
You had Khan Pereira to score a try. He didn't even score.
I know.
Shockingly.
He got one taken off him.
Yeah, that's true.
But
I'm cheering because guess who I had? I had Dolphins 1-12. And they pulled it off. I had a Saka to score, but he didn't.
Titans. How did they lose that? If you're up 26-0, you're winning games. That is not acceptable to lose like
26-0 after 26 minutes. They were scoring a point a minute.
Not 26-6, not 26-12. Like,
they were attacking better. They were defending better.
I thought they were getting the 40 in that first half, but they just didn't shot. And I remember at halftime, AJ Brimson got interviewed, and he's like, last few seasons we've had leads like this where we've blown and we've seen us stay complacent. Well,
no, AJ, he's cursed them.
I could not believe that second half. I just couldn't believe it.
Was just, the first half was just all all Titans, and then the second half was just all Dolphins. It was 20-0 second half, 22-0 second half. Like, it was just the exact opposite. The Titans just stopped.
Jennings, we talk about that.
What was worse? What was worse, Zane? You reckon Jennings was worse than Ronaldo? Yeah, wow. I don't reckon, but it was bad though.
I didn't know what he was doing.
What was he doing?
He thought it was double movement.
I think he thought he'd been tackled. I think he thought somebody was on him.
No, I don't. No one was.
Yeah, but I think he thought somebody was.
I think he thought the rule was if you
hit the ground, you can't get back up because there's got to be a player on you.
That's why.
And so that's why I thought maybe he thought he was being held, but nobody was near him. Yeah. Poor Cody Nicarime was there like, go, buddy, go.
He's losing it. He's like,
and then he got up and played the ball. Yeah. It was all right. He scored a try. It didn't cost him the game, luckily, but that was a shocker.
So that is just disgraceful.
You can't be blowing 26-0
I love the Titans,
leads.
but that is just absolutely disgraceful that you'd lose like that.
You want to know what I want to know? What the hell did Wayne Bennett say at halftime?
Oh, I don't know.
What did he say? It's like he cast a spell to make them
literally
all Origin players or
magic
something.
Pixie dust and just sprays around the room. Like, I don't know.
Have you seen Space
Jam? It literally
Jam?
is dust, to be honest. Like, you've had it for that long.
Have you seen Space Jam, the first one?
I have, years
where
ago.
Bugs Bunny gets Michael's special stuff in the bottle. Yeah. He fills up bottles with water and then writes on Michael Jordan's special stuff and tells everyone it's what gives Jordan makes him so good. Yeah. Surely Wayne Bennett got his hands on some of that stuff. I reckon
he had some magic spell that he cast on him. Unbelievable.
How does that happen? Honestly, nobody thought the Dolphins were going to be playing finals footy this year.
I think they are.
Nobody.
I think they are.
I didn't not only did we think they weren't capable of making the 8, did you think they would ever come back from 26-0 down and win a game?
Break a record, another record they've broken.
That is just
Like,
one of the craziest comebacks ever.
But the Titans, like Wayne Bennett has done so much in 18 months, built more of a culture than the Titans have ever had in 17
I'd agree.
years.
I was thinking that this morning. I was literally thinking,
Like, I know
I think the
Titans fans are going
Dolphins.
to hate hearing it, but it's true.
I think Dolphins might have more fans. Like, there's more of a culture, I think.
Yeah, like I know Titans fans hate hearing it, but the Titans, they don't have a culture.
Yeah.
The board keeps making out like this is a new era for the Titans, but they've been saying it for years, and they missed the 8 pretty badly last year, and Justin Holbrook's job's on the line. I think they need to start winning. Like, I like Holbrook, but I don't know if they don't, especially if they keep suffering losses like that one.
It's just weird because they were so good. There's a good footy side there. They were
are
incredible.
Good, and
then they just stopped. Like, it just hurts to watch.
And they keep doing it. Like, they done it to the Raiders last year.
It happens all the time.
Happened to the Broncos last year.
All the time.
Yeah, it happened to the Broncos this year as well.
Yeah.
They had that lead and just blew it.
It's just like, there is a good footy side there. They showed that they're a good footy side. They showed that they can win games 13 plus.
When their attack's on, they're one of the best attacking teams.
Their attack's so good.
But despite that, they're one of the worst defensive teams, and they always have been. Like, they are absolutely terrible.
And we say it every week, but
their edge defense has been terrible for about 10 years now. Absolutely just shocking. Like, but their edge attack is so good. Like, their game plan for years now has just always been throw the ball to outside backs and let them break the line. That's how they've played. Like, they literally just pass it fast outside backs and just run around everyone.
They're a good attacking side, you're right, but
their defense, they are shocking.
I think there's just part of the culture there. Something needs to be done where if you're, like, obviously no player goes into a game thinking, oh, it's okay to blow a lead.
One of the things they've done well over the last 3 years, they're starting to build their fan base.
Yeah, definitely.
They're adding more junior leagues, and they're getting more involved with the juniors, so the young kids can support the Titans, the Broncos.
It's like cool to
15
support
years
the
time,
Titans.
I think they're going to have a lot bigger of a fan base than what they do. Like, their fan base has grown a lot.
I think they're sort of in the same spot as the Dolphins. I think the way they went about, I guess, coming into the they must have done some things wrong, because it's like they're only just starting to build out the fan base.
Well. They got to a prelim final.
I don't mean the team though. I mean like the club as a whole.
Yeah,
like they're only just starting to grow their fan base and become cool and stuff.
They didn't do something right when they came in. You're right.
But I think,
and they started off as a whole new franchise as well. Whereas the Dolphins,
that's true.
They had everything.
That is true.
So you've got to give them a bit of leniency. But come on, it's been 17
I just think
years.
No player goes onto a field thinking, oh, it's okay to blow a 26-0 lead, but something is happening there where they're letting themselves blow a lead over and over.
Yeah,
and
I don't know what it is.
There's just some cultural issue there that needs to be fixed. I thought as well, just my last point, at the start of the season, I said Isaiah Katoa. I didn't think he was ready for first grade.
Oh, absolutely, he is.
My biggest issue with Katoa to start the season was I'd seen a lot of his games in Carb and in just in the Panthers juniors, because I have a mate that played with him, and he was really bad in big moments. Like, if they were down by a field goal, he always managed to kick the field goal eventually, but he was really bad at setting up, and he'd have to have multiple attempts.
Yeah.
But on the weekend, in the big moments, he stepped up big time.
But that's just how
he showed he's ready for first grade.
Wayne Bennett is always like that with spine players. Like, he just gets the best out of them. Like Cody Nicarima, South, he was dreadful. Yeah. Just a waste of money.
He had such a good game again.
Yeah, he's been so good in every game for the off. Like, against South in that first half, he killed them.
Yeah.
But and he was great in this game. And, he had good periods when he was at the Broncos as well.
Yeah.
But then he came to South, and I was just like, come on. And he just was rubbish.
It's just insane that a team where those are your halves, Cody Nicarima, who's just bounced from club to club, never really found his feet, and then Katoa, who's 18 years old, first NRL season, went to the Dolphins because
O'Sullivan's
he had a sniff.
As well.
Yeah, it's just, I can't believe that side, like a side with those two as the halves, have done something like that.
Signing, but
like Hammer was the best signing.
Thinking about it now, Wayne Bennett probably was the marquee signing for him.
Oh, wow, that's just so wise.
And
wow.
I said pre-season that if Wayne Bennett gets his Dolphin side to the final, the debate on the greatest coach of all time is done.
Yeah.
That if they can make the finals in their first season after all the slandering they got, especially NRL 360 about them not signing anyone, if they can play finals, I would.
Did you see Paul Kent came out and was like, or I think it was Buzz. It was Buzz. He was like, the Dolphins' first 8 weeks, winning however many games they have, is just as good as winning a premiership.
Oh, yeah, I did.
I
watched that episode of NRL 360. Buzz is just ridiculous. There was another thing he said about...
What a take.
See the thing he said about the Tigers, and they were talking about... He he was defending Justin Pascoe.
Yeah.
And Brent Reid, he's like, well, no. Buzz was saying, Sheen, he's had 8 weeks now. They should be winning games. And Brent Reid comes out. He's like, well, but Pascoe's had 8 years to rebuild.
Yeah.
Then Buzz goes.
Pascoe's been there for ages.
Goes, so if you think they sack Justin Pascoe this week, the Tigers will beat the Panthers on the weekend. And Ken's like, that is just a dumb thing to say. That is such a stupid thing to say, though. Come on.
Yeah, that's how it works. As soon as you get rid of him, the problem will just all magically. He's like,
that's what Buzz tried to make out.
Just use your head, bro.
That's just
use your head. But no.
Kent's right. That is such a dumb thing to say.
Yeah, it is.
It doesn't matter.
Man.
Buzz Rofford, I love him. He's so funny to watch. But
he's such a meme.
Says such stupid things.
Yeah.
Such stupid things.
Speaking of the Tigers and Pascoe and just everything Tigers, they lost to Manly. I said that I tipped them to win 1-12 and 12.
They were going to do it.
Mate, I was like, especially when they fell behind, I was like, 12 match winner, surely. You said Manly 1-12.
Manly second place. They don't deserve to be second. I do not know how they're there.
Yeah,
it's just because of that draw.
If
they didn't have that draw and they lost that game, therefore against they'd be 8th. Right.
Yeah, but if they won that game, they'd be second.
They'd be second still, yeah. But,
they don't
deserve to be second.
They're not as good as a second place team. There's better teams below them.
Penrith and Souths have all been better than them. Even the Storm and Sharks have been better.
Yeah, I'd agree.
And Dolphins, I think, they should be around. Yeah, that's
fair enough. Yeah, they should be fighting.
They were lucky to win.
They have had a bye, but you got to keep that in mind. They've had a bye.
And they were lucky to win that game against the Tigers.
Yeah, I thought the Tigers came so close.
I thought they had it.
They were on the verge of greatness.
They're so close to a win.
This close, Zane.
They're so close to a win.
Panthers this week.
You never know. You never know.
I thought, the Tigers. I thought their forwards
Panthers
were
have
really
a lot
good.
out,
Yeah, they're rumoured to be resting a lot of players.
And that's because they are versing Tigers. That's
but we'll come to that. But I thought the Tigers forwards in particular were just so good. I thought they were better than the Manly forward pack.
Just their playmaking is just...
And their outside backs.
Their attack's good. What they said pre-season, they got a whole new style of attack they're showing.
Yeah.
Their attack's good until they get into the 20. Then they just give it to Brooks and hope for the best. And Brooks doesn't know what he's doing. And he's under so much pressure already. And he just, he makes the mistake and then he gets the blame for it. It's just, and their outside backs still don't rate. They probably got the worst back line in the competition.
Yeah. They've got one of the best forward packs and the worst back line.
Best forward packs by far, but
it's just
there is a good footy team there somewhere.
There is, but they just keep shooting themselves in the foot too, changing the lineup every week.
Yeah.
You get Staines playing good against Eels, and then you drop him and bring in this dude on to debut, and they're probably going to rattle his career because he's probably going to get dropped eventually. And they bring in Nofaluma, they drop Nofaluma, they shift Dewey all around. Naden gets dropped, he comes back. And the one thing they don't change is Luke Brooks at halfback, which is the one thing that needs to be changed.
That is what needs to be changed. They need a playmaker. I don't know why Jackson Hastings was let go.
And I don't want to bash Brooks.
Down to go to the Knights. He was interested in going.
I don't want to bash Brooks because I think he can still play good footy, but it's
not
just not at the Tigers. It's just too toxic of a situation. He has to be moved on for the benefit of him
and he wanted
for the benefit
to.
Of
he
the club.
Was ready to go to the Knights, and the Knights were ready to have him, but Hastings didn't want to go, and then they
got rid of Hastings anyway. And surely keep Hastings
there's something. They love Luke Brooks, that they want him there. They want him to be the future.
And it all just comes back to...
It's not working, Tigers. It's not working.
And it's not the players' fault.
I'm getting fired up right now. I want the Tigers board to see
they
this. It is not working.
Better. The fans literally deserve
with him
better.
For years. He is not your answer. You need someone else.
Brooks.
It pisses me off.
And it's not even his fault, but it's the bloody coaching and Justin Pascoe with his stupid Ask the Boss podcast. Every year, put the podcast aside, quit your job and give somebody else a go, you dumb mark.
He wanted to go, Luke Brooks, and you didn't
let him leave. Let him out. He's like a chained dog that's dying out in the winter snow. Let him off the leash. Let him run away. Save Brooksy. #free Brooksy.
It does my head in. It really does.
You feel bad for Brooks? I feel so bad for him.
He had such potential, and the Tigers just ruined it for him.
Ruined his career. I feel so bad for Brooksy. He deserves so much better.
He does.
Poor Brooksy.
Next Andrew Johns, come on.
He once was.
Yeah.
He once was. It's just sad, but let's look on the brighter side of things. Well, not really, but Manly.
They still weren't good.
They weren't good. I don't think they were good. Yeah, let's talk about Tommy Turbo. the groin injury. What do you reckon?
I don't know.
Do you think he should be playing this week?
I said it would be an elbow. You said it'd be hamstring. Where it was groin. So both of us were wrong there. We can put that down on the tally. Yeah.
Because like he's named to play this week. What do you reckon? Like, should he be playing?
Of course he is. No.
He hasn't been 100% all season.
Give him a rest.
Yeah.
You need him for the back end of the year, especially if you're going to be playing.
I don't think he should have started the season. He should not have come back until he was 100% or 90%.
Like Seabor's come out and said they wouldn't play him if he didn't want to play.
Yeah.
So it seems
but of course he wants to play. He's a rugby league player.
Yeah. And he knows Origin's coming up as well, but I don't think the Blues should pick him.
Yeah, as it stands right, obviously Origin's a month away. A lot can happen in a month as well, but as it stands right now, the sides are being picked now. You can't pick him.
Oh, I think Fittler would.
Yeah, Fittler would because Fittler's an idiot.
Yeah.
But you can't, he's not 100%. There's better options. Yeah. Fair enough if there was no other choice.
So many good players.
But there is other choices.
Crichton.
Suaalii.
Tony Staggs is playing good. Suaalii, yeah.
Burton.
Yeah.
If you want to play him at centre.
Yeah.
There's plenty of options. But yeah, I think, they've got to rest him. They've got to give him time to heal. And then Schuster as well is a weird one because he's been left out this week again because of his injury. They keep putting him in for a week and then taking him out for a couple of weeks. They just need to leave it. Just leave him out, let him heal, and then put him back in.
Him, but then last minute he just gets taken out.
It's just weird. And I didn't think they were that crash hot against the Tigers, and I agree. I don't think they're a second place team at the moment.
No. Yeah, I don't know what to think of Manly.
Yeah.
Still need more time on them. Still need more time. And round 9, I'm still saying I need to wait a bit more to see them. It's just so close. I don't know where this ladder's going to end.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's so good. I love it.
It is so good.
And then the 2 Anzac Day games. Now, me and you did well on Anzac Day, Zane. We both said Roosters 1-12.
Yeah.
And I said Teddy. And you said Manu. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
We both had them. And
Teddy was due for a try.
Yeah, and they both scored in Roosters 1-12. But yeah, I thought if it wasn't for the South Panthers game, this was game of the round.
Yeah.
This 100%. Was such a good game.
Especially the last 20. It's so good.
Yeah. Let's talk about the Dragons first because obviously they lost. I thought they were all right in a losing side. I thought they definitely had really good moments.
They still weren't good. I still don't think they were that good.
You don't reckon? You don't reckon they were that good?
I just don't rate them. I don't know.
Fair enough.
They aim up when they need to, but they just...
I thought they were pretty good.
I just don't rate their team on paper.
On paper, yeah.
I think their backline
and they do. Bad. They always turn up for the Anzac Day game.
They do. And I knew they would.
Yeah.
And, I thought they were coming for him at the end.
They hung in there well. I think they almost deserved a win. They deserved a win. I wish
they won that game. Because I want to keep seeing the Roosters.
Yeah,
because they're not in the 8 at the moment. They're not in the 8.
Yeah, they're in 9th, aren't they? Yeah. Well, what did you think of the Roosters then on the other side?
I still think they're an overrated team. Pre-season, everyone had them winning the comp.
I've got them winning the comp. I had them winning
the comp. No.
Yeah.
I still stick, but I don't think they'll win the comp.
Do you think dropping Walker and putting Manu at 5'8" was the right decision?
It was right. And Manu played so well.
And then do you think that's a long-term answer? Say for the rest of the season?
I think that's what they're going to do.
I think they almost have to.
They have to.
As long as they're winning games with that side.
Yeah, but it was a hard decision, but it's worked. And,
It's worked after 1 week.
Yeah, it's just, I just don't know about the Roosters. You probably think I'm a biased South fan. I just don't see what Roosters supporters
To be fair, they made so many silly errors. They did have a pretty average game.
About that.
Yeah.
That was not a sin bin, I'll say that.
That wasn't a sin bin.
It was a head clash. Come on.
He got sin binned for being Victor Radley.
If it wasn't Victor Radley, it would have been fine.
Yeah, he got sin binned for being Victor Radley. Yeah. End of the story.
I can understand how angry.
If you're him, so the way it is at judiciary, it's like a 3K fine, early guilty plea, 2 weeks if he fights it and fails. Obviously, if he fights it and succeeds, he gets off. What do you think? Would you fight it?
Yes,
I would as well.
100% you'd fight that.
It's it was a head clash.
Yeah, no shoulder at all. You'd 100% fight that. He'll get off.
So you reckon he will get off if he fights it?
He does not get off that. The people in the judiciary.
I think he should get off, but I don't know if he will.
Stevie Wonder would be running the judiciary. There is no way he gets suspended for that.
I hope he fights it.
He has to. He will, and he has to. There is no.
He's got to. Yeah. Take a stand, Victor.
Yeah,
Stand up to the NRL and say you're bullying
sin bins
me.
now for Victor, the most sin bin player in the NRL.
Yeah, what's he up to? 9. He's overtaken Latrell after a hat trick.
Yeah,
crazy.
So might
Poor
keep
bloke.
going 4P next week.
Unless he gets suspended.
Which he definitely don't think he will be for that.
Yeah.
But you never know. It's Victor Radley. They'd probably see his face there enough.
Yeah, as I said, I thought Roosters, they made a lot of errors. They didn't really get out of like third or fourth gear either. No. I thought they weren't where they should be playing, but they got the win.
I
so
still don't know.
Yeah? Talk to me about that. What do you think?
He wasn't that good yesterday.
Yeah?
He's not the same player
Don't
as
rate
he
him
was
as a
at the
hooker?
Storm.
Or just in general?
I'd rate him more in the middle. Like
he's better as a lock.
Yeah. But he's not the same player as he was at the Storm. Like, you can probably say he needs more time to gel, but
I still rate him. He's still a good hooker, I reckon.
Oh, he's like a hard guy. Like,
he's won hooker of the year before.
I just don't he's not the player he was at the Storm.
Yeah,
he's still good, but he's just not. Like,
yeah.
He's very overhyped.
Well, I can't disagree with that. He's not as good as he was
so
at the
much when he
Storm.
signed. Like, he's such an overhyped signing. Like, Roosters fans were like, they're going to turn him into a weapon. He was just at the Storm. Like, come on.
Yeah.
That's like the exact same level as the Roosters.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Like,
yeah.
I think he's gone a bit worse since going. Wouldn't say worse. That's a hard word, but just he's not.
He hasn't lived up to the hype.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
fair enough.
He's just
he's playing good, but yeah, I see what you mean.
Not great. That's the thing.
He's not in career best form. I think he's playing good, but yeah, you can't say he's in career best form because he's simply not. Like, he's not the best hooker in the game right now.
He's not.
Well, at Storm, there was a period where you could argue he was the best hooker in the game. He was hooker of the year. So, yeah, fair enough. I don't have anything else to say there. Do you?
No, it was an exciting game, exciting finish.
Yeah. Well, speaking of the Storm, they beat the Warriors. You had Storm 1-12 and Munster, which all got up. I had Warriors 1-12 and Cossie, which none of it got up. But man, the Warriors came close.
They played so well. Like, they needed to take so much positives out of it.
They deserved to win.
They did, but the Storm just did what they do and just hung in there and then get over them eventually. And they lost so much play with the Warriors.
That's what I was about to say. I think if they didn't lose as many players as they did, they win that game. Yeah.
Dylan Walker's
Tavanga.
Yeah, Harris went. Tavanga went. Like, that's their best players. Like, do you remember in the preseason when we were talking about the Warriors recruitment? Like, did they really recruit that well?
Yeah.
Those recruitments have been their best players this year.
Yeah.
Like Nickel Kluxtar.
Well, they're just fulfilling all the potential they had.
Yeah.
Because we were looking at them like, oh, well, what are they now? And we weren't looking at them as what can they be? And this is what they can be.
Yeah, we knew. Because I remember 2018, everyone had the Warriors getting the spoon. Then they made the 8. And that's because they didn't have any forwards. Like, how do the Warriors not have forwards?
Yeah, they're the Wars.
They should have these big islanders.
Built on forwards.
They should have, exactly. They should have these big
They should have bloody front rows at fullback, bro.
And, they don't have the best forward pack at the moment, but, they're getting there. Like, Jackson Ford's playing well. Tavanga's
he's playing real well.
Yeah, but you'd expect the Warriors to always have these massive.
They've Curran off the bench, and he was one of their best players a couple of years ago.
Yeah, you'd expect the Warriors to have some massive Islanders there every year, but they haven't recently.
I just think they deserve to win the game. They were unlucky with injuries.
They were unlucky.
I think if they stay 17 players that whole game, they probably win that game.
Big Nelson was so good.
How good was Nelson Asafa Solomona?
Outstanding. Player of the round, to be honest.
And he's just re-signed as well.
I wouldn't say player of the round, I think.
Yeah, I wouldn't say player of the round.
Was up there. Charles Mintz obviously up there.
Walker even.
Third or fourth,
Reynolds.
Yeah, Reynolds as well. Third or fourth.
But he killed it. He was
so good.
He killed it. And as I said, he's just re-signed. How good's that?
Yeah.
He was rumoured to be going to Union. He looked likely to go to Union, in my opinion.
2027 as well, so he's there for a long time.
He's been killing it this year.
A long time.
Oh, it's been a long time. Shout out. I'm not going to name the player, but don't want to get cancelled. But yeah, I thought Meaney as well for the Storm.
Yeah, he was outstanding.
He was really good. It's so good for the Storm because they've got Meaney killing it at fullback and they've got Pappenhausen still to come back into this side. Meaney's not even their first choice fullback.
He's their winger.
And he's killing it, yeah. So shout out to Nick Meaney, ex-Bulldogs legend. He played well. I thought Olam as well. Yeah, he wanted to kill someone that day.
Recently, but he's.
I think after that Manly game where he got towed up a little bit, he took it personally.
Just bang,
he made multiple 30+ meter breaks, just running over blokes because he was just like, screw you guys, I don't care, I want to kill you.
I've always been a fan of Justin Olam.
He's so scary.
Yeah,
he's so scary.
Looking guy as well.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He just looks scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought.
Who's more scary, him or Lumi?
Him. I love him.
Yeah.
You're getting Lumi scary. Yeah,
But
he's big.
profile photos and like.
Yeah, true. He does look scary. You know, that's fair enough. He's at Para.
Yeah, now he was at the Dogs last year.
Yeah, he never got a start with us. He just played cup. Yeah, I got nothing else to say there. I just thought Warriors deserve to win, but Storm as well. They deserve to win. They're not at their best yet though, but
Yeah.
I think they're a top 8 team. The Storm,
yeah, absolutely.
definitely. Especially,
if it's Bellamy's
I'm
last
so
year,
excited to see Pappenhausen come back.
if it's Bellamy's last year, yeah, top 8 for sure.
Yeah.
There's no way they'll miss the 8. Like,
Yeah.
everything Bellamy's done with that club, there's no way in his last season they'll miss the 8.
They could almost lift in the finals and get a premiership.
Yeah.
Just for Bellamy. I can see that happening. It's like players like Munster and that, they have such good relationships with Bellamy.
Yeah.
Where they'll just lift when they have to. But yeah, that's all the games. I'm going to get up, check the camera, and then we'll do
I've only got
questions.
2 questions, but
Yes,
we've already answered one.
Yeah,
It was with Travojevic.
We already answered one.
But my last one's like on.
Yeah, we good.
My last one's like, you know, it's one we both answer, but I guess I could go first, to be honest.
I just remembered. All right, let's do 3 questions. I just remembered.
I've got 2 questions here, but
I promised you that I'd do one of those things.
haven't.
I haven't, but I'm going to make it up on the spot. We'll get it done.
I'll do.
We'll come to that last.
We've already answered one of mine, which was about Travojevic playing State of
So
Origin.
what was it?
but-
Would he play?
So last
Or would
week
you
we
pick
were
him?
talking about the Brian Toto try, as you know,
Yeah.
and how funny it was. Taking out the State of Origin one with Aaron Woods that time, what do you think is the funniest try of all time?
The funniest try
For
of
me,
all time.
I have to say the Tom Burgess golden point one against the
Against Tigers?
Yes.
Why? Just because of all the
of
drama
all
that
people,
unfolded
it's
after
Tom
it.
Burgess who runs down the middle, and then the way you see how celebrate, like he scored. Then Luke Brooks of all
Picks it
people,
up and runs
the
100
full field,
metres.
and he just puts it down casually and tosses it away, and like the ref awards it to them, and just the Tigers players were so confused.
Yeah.
Like I remember Moses Mboy, he just had this confused look, like what the hell?
Yeah.
Like I just found it hilarious.
Yeah.
And if not that one, the Martin Tapau one against Rabbitohs, Rabbits vs Tigers, where Tapau just lobs Johnston in the head.
True. Yeah.
But what do you think is the funniest try of all time for you?
I can't really think
Apart
of
from
any
that
funny
Origin
ones. Yeah, obviously the Origin one where they score and then Woodsy comes over the top.
Can't use
And
that
there's
one,
just
but-
all sorts of stuff
Do you
happening.
still think the Toto one in the
Yeah,
prelim?
that was hilarious. Like, that's definitely. I just can't really think of many funny ones outside of it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I can't really think of any.
There's been a few, like I could.
Yeah, I think
If I
if I
could
sat
think
down and
about-
thought about it more, I could pick
There's
some, but just off the top of my head.
There is some,
Yeah, I can't think of
I can
any.
think of that was just like that Tom Burgess one in Golden Point.
It was just bizarre, that one as well, because like Brooksy picks it up, goes 100, and it's like the game ended on that play
commentary
either
over
way.
it as well.
Yeah.
Like, the commentators just
And
made
then
it
like they
so-
ruled Tom
it's like,
Burgess's thing no try, but then
do you
that
think
was the try.
though?
Yeah, you got
But
it down.
The commentators made it even funnier. They're like,
I think it was good
Jared
name.
Sutton says it's the Tiger. And all the South players are down the other end celebrating.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you got all the South players down one end celebrating, then all the Tigers up
they're
the
all
other,
hugging each
and then
other.
they
Everyone's like,
awarded Brooks's try.
Yeah.
But then they obviously had to go upstairs and
embarrassing, though,
overrule
if the
it.
Tigers won from there.
Oh yeah,
That celebration.
yeah.
But they made the right call to say play on, though.
I
Yeah,
don't
Sutton
think
was
they
ready to-
should have said play on.
Sutton was ready to blow for video ref, but then Brooks is running.
That's what
so
I mean.
He's like, yep, play on.
They should have blown video
Then
ref.
he
I think
awards it to the Tigers. I was losing it when that happened.
they should have. Yeah, stopped playing and just checked the Burgess
You
one.
always love it when like the big boys run through for those sort of tries. Like, you know, it's similar to George Burgess in the
Yeah.
grand final where it's just bang,
Yeah.
bang around everyone.
Yeah,
That
you
was
got to
so-
love a prop in open space as
It's
well.
like Tom Burgess down the middle, Dane Lorraine as well.
I just don't understand how you award a try at one end and then the decision ends up being a try at the other end. Like, whenever... Actually, you know what? I'm going to go funniest try ever. I got one.
Yeah.
The Eels try against Broncos where they score after like 16 seconds off the kickoff,
Yes.
where they kick off and then the Broncos player offloads to no one and
Yeah,
Eels
that's
just
like the
dive on it
quickest
and
try
score.
ever. Yeah.
And yeah, it's the fastest try in history. That was pretty good.
Tapau one on Johnson's funny.
Yeah,
Like,
he
looking
just
back, that's so
launches
funny.
him.
Then the way he celebrates after Tapau, he's just like doing the Jesus.
Yeah.
Poor
Yeah.
Johnston would have felt
Yeah,
so.
you got
That would have killed.
memed as well.
Right, like in the neck.
Yeah, right in the throat. It almost ended
The
up
way
like
his
Darren
head
Lockyer.
just flew, he's like,
whiplash.
Actually, there was another one. I don't know if it was Origin, but it was on the Matty John show where Lockyer scores and Nathan Harsh just slides in with his knees.
Yeah.
Like, Lockyer is celebrating and just like
and
he
gets taken out.
And gets taken out.
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, yeah.
That one. There's
A high marsh of all people.
There'd be a lot more I could think of.
Yeah,
like, next week we could do top 3 funniest tries of all time because I know if I had a good think about it.
You'd have to I'd have to go into the archives as well.
Like there's a lot of South ones I can think of.
There's that South one. It's not
even the Greg Inglis full field one.
Yeah,
that's hilarious. Just how easy he done that.
Yeah,
and without trying, like that one's got to be.
And then there's the Ben Barber one in the corner against Eels because of the commentary. Like the commentary's hilarious on it.
When we was playing for Dogs.
Yeah, when he was at the Dogs against Eels, he like scores in the corner. It's like Rabs and I think Sterlo maybe and Gus. Just the commentary itself is just the funniest thing ever. Like
commentaries make a lot of
they're just
funnier.
Like they're struggling to find words to describe what's happening.
The commentary is what makes a lot of these moments funny, especially with the Toto try. The commentary, I found the commentary hilarious. Yeah. Like Toto, like they were just shocked with how he got.
It's just like what is happening.
Everyone in the crowd was shocked that he just the way the South players just all fell over each other.
Like Stephen Bradbury.
That just made it funny.
My first question. So I got on Instagram again and just found some inspiration from some followers.
Up on Instagram.
Yeah. So I've got 2 of my questions are from that, but we already answered one. So the one we already answered was, will Cowboys sneak into the top 8? And you said you're not ruling them out.
I'm going to say no for now, though.
You're going to say no? Yeah, well, that's my answer as well.
I'm not ruling them out
no.
like I have with those 3 sides. So I'm going to say no.
Yeah.
I won't make it.
And then that was one of my questions. Then I'll do my second one. This is, so shout out to I'll shout out the people. That was from Mowdy67. And then this one is from the great Will Brown. Is Will Kennedy over, under, or just rated?
Underrated.
Yeah?
I've liked him like his whole career. And he isn't that top tier fullback like Latrell or whatever, but he's so good. Like he scored that really good hat-trick and he's fast. His defense is pretty good for someone his size. Like he's a lot smaller than.
He's real good out the back as well.
Yeah, I think he's always been a very underrated player.
I'd agree. I think underrated.
One of the more underrated players of the league.
He's just outside the same class as Gutho and that.
Yeah, some people have.
If
Gutho.
you put Kennedy in
some people have Gutho in that top tier, which I totally
wouldn't
disagree.
do that.
I reckon he's a similar.
But if you put Kennedy in the Panthers side, he'd get so much more recognition.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think because he's been in a Sharks side that before last year haven't set the world on fire.
Yeah,
he's been underrated.
Very good though. Very good player.
I think in 2 to 3 years he'll be rated.
Very exciting player.
Yeah, definitely. Let's go to another one of yours.
Well, I only had 2. That's the thing.
What was your the other one we already asked?
Yeah, it was about
Turbo. Well, I got you. I'll ask this one, and then we'll do the thing. Because I thought you'd ask this question, Zane. I thought you'd be very keen to talk about this.
Yeah.
Where will Wighton fit into the South side?
Yeah, okay.
Tell me your thoughts.
I
Talk to me as a
South
South
fan. He's going to play him at centre.
Yeah.
But Tass's form's been so good lately. What I wouldn't mind doing, but it's hard, is maybe move Tass to the wing.
Yeah.
Take Thompson out, then Jack Wighton goes to number 3 position on that left edge with Cody, Latrell, Wighton, Johnston.
Yeah.
Oh, Indigenous boys are back. We had Dane Gagai.
Oh yeah.
We had Dane Gagai.
Yeah.
It hasn't been the same since.
That's so scary too.
It is, but how good of a signing is it? Latrell's going to be out. Him and Latrell can play centre, so Wighton and Latrell can have a wrestle for fullback position maybe.
Yeah.
Because White can play anyway. He can play fullback. He could play lock. Murray has a few head knocks. Just slot him into lock.
Yeah.
I feel like 14 would be very good for him. A very good place to play him. But, they're not going to pay someone $900 a year. Not $900, $900,000.
Yeah, $900.
Play him on the bench.
$900 for Jack Wighton is the bargain of the years.
They'll play him centre.
What are your thoughts on, obviously it's not $900, it's $900K. Are you paying, do you reckon, overs or unders or about right? Because he was...
About right.
I think Raiders offered him 1.1.
Player.
I think as a centre, I reckon it's overs, to be honest.
Yeah, I think in general, Wighton isn't $1 million player, even as a 5'8".
Yeah.
I think 900 to get him. I don't know how South have done this to manage to get him.
Yeah.
Remember, we were talking about Adam Reynolds. I don't think it was about the money with him.
Yeah, but they almost struggle to keep Cook and Walker and Latrell.
Walker, Cook, but I believe they've taken pay cuts to get him there.
Yeah.
And what I've heard, Wighton's been trying to get to the Bunnies for a few years.
Yeah.
Like
he's very good mates with Latrell.
Well, they're cousins apparently.
Yeah. Well, they wrestled at the start of the year. That was probably contract negotiations.
Walker and Mitchell are cousins. Yeah. They're all cousins, but I don't know. But apparently, since 2021, Wighton's been wanting to go to South.
I think like
he's been signed with the Raiders. That's why. He's just, tried to say he's going to the market, but I think his goal pre-season he discussed it with Latrell that I think there's deeper things that happen. Like I think Dimitri has known for a long time that Wighton's wanted to come there.
I thought he was going to land at a lower price because of how keen he was to leave Canberra and chase Prams. I thought he'd land around 5 or 6.
I think it's just he knows he's never going to win a comp with Canberra. And he knows Souths are a club that have a much better chance.
And it'll just be interesting to see where he lands. I think you sort of said it. I think centre and then go.
Yeah, he can play 5.
AJ, Wighton, Campbell, and Tass. Is that what you said? Yeah. Tass to the wing?
Yeah.
And Graham?
Yeah.
What side would you play Wighton? Left inside AJ?
Yeah, inside AJ.
On that strike side? Because you got Graham on the other side anyway. He's a gun.
Yeah, Graham could play with AJ as well.
Imagine imagine. Is AJ
you'd want to keep
Indigenous?
AJ, and Puffy.
Imagine Cook to Walker, out the back to Trell, through the ends to Wighton to AJ.
Yeah, that's how it used to be when Gagai was there. But
is that Keon's side as well?
Keon's on the other side.
Who's that side?
It's Cook. Well, yeah.
Who's the second rower?
Keon.
No, I mean on the left edge.
Oh, it's Jai Arrow, but he's.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
They don't really use when he's a second rower. They don't really use him in that way. They normally use him just as another middle forward.
Yeah.
Because then Latrell comes in and
Latrell sweeps.
He sweeps into his spot, and he's usually the decoy Jai Arrow.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Imagine you got Keon running a line, but
he does a lot of decoy running. But Keon's you look at South's upper edge as well. It's just as good. Like
Keon, Campbell, Tass is a gun.
Yeah. Thompson at the moment, who
he's all right.
He's getting there,
yeah, he's good.
But under against the good teams, he can kind of like.
It'll be good to see how Tass and Thompson play for the rest of this year because they're essentially fighting out for a spot now.
It's going to be one of those two that go.
Or maybe they'll move Tass to the wing to begin accommodating. You'd assume while they're in the run for the grand final, you wouldn't change that, but you never know. Yeah,
they'll worry about that next year.
Interesting times at South.
You
got to be excited.
Adokar will be next. Nico Hines will be next. Get the entire Indigenous all.
Surely just put in an Indigenous team in the NRLA. They're talking about that Polynesian team. Just get the Indigenous team.
Oh yeah.
Be stacked.
And Walker and Cook, they're off in 2025.
Yeah.
You'd assume they'd retire there. Wighton can just play 5'8".
Yeah, he's old as well though. He's getting on.
Oh, he's in it. Yeah, true. But
you can play him at 5'8" until you develop someone.
Another bit of experience for Lachlan Ilias.
Yeah, no, I think that's actually a good plan to have when Walker retires. Give Wighton another 2 years and develop someone.
He's been wanting to go to South for a little while. Just to be with Latrell and Cody.
Yeah, and obviously he's retired from Origin too, so he's got a big focus to win a comp. So South's 2025 maybe, I guess.
Well, 5P incoming 4-year deal this year. 5P.
Well, not next. They can't win next year.
Why is that?
Because the Bulldogs are going to win 2024.
No, it might be.
When Wighton signed, I was like, imagine this. This is poetic. South's Bulldogs grand final 10 years after the 2014 grand final.
I'm waiting for that Bulldogs sort of thing to happen, like an anniversary grand final.
Yeah. Be mad, eh?
Yeah.
Two biggest fan, or close to the biggest fan bases as well.
No, the two biggest fan bases.
You'd have to. Yeah. It's the biggest grand final ever, 2014, crowd wise. Imagine it again. Run it back.
South fans though. There was only one patch of Bulldogs fans here.
No way. You reckon?
Yeah. From what I've seen,
to be fair, it was like the 47 years or something, wasn't it?
It was all about South. That whole week.
Yeah, it felt like a South home game.
Everything was made about South, like the bell. And no one really spoke about the Dogs that week.
Yeah, that's facts.
South were always winning that game as well.
Yeah, South were always winning that game.
Yeah,
always. It was just about them.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's give you a go at this little game we play. Obviously, I'm going to say a player, or I'm going to say two players, and you tell me which one you'd take, and then we just keep going.
Is it position-wise?
Yeah, it is position. I've gone wingers.
Okay.
We've gone wingers, so we're going peak.
At peak of their careers.
Peak of their careers.
Or current form, just peak.
Let's go, you know what? Let's go current form.
So,
I'm current form just because of the names I've got. So the first one, this is actually, I'm going to change that up because that's too hard. First one, Brian To'o or Alex Johnson?
I mean, like Johnston, like he's very agile. Like To'o's the best winger.
Yeah.
Absolutely To'o.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then To'o or Khan Pereira?
To'o.
Yeah.
Khan Pereira still got like current form. Like I think potential wise, like I'd still probably say To'o, but
yeah,
Khan Pereira still's got a lot of errors in him. But you know, current form still To'o.
To'o or Cobbo?
Still going To'o.
Yeah. To'o or Asako?
Current form. I'm going to Asako.
Wow.
Yeah, he's got, he's getting back to his best now.
Yeah.
Goal kicking's great.
Yeah.
He's scoring great tries.
Yeah, wow.
Currently, I'm going to Asako.
And then this one, I did not think this through. Asako or Josh Adokar, current form?
Going to Asako.
Josh Adokar with a broken leg,
Yeah,
current form. So. And then the last one, we saved the best for last. Jermaine Asako or Emilio De Savage? Current form. Keep in mind, Emilio had a pretty good game.
Oh, he did. He was
lots of tackle busts.
Outstanding out there.
He sat some people.
Yeah, he did.
He also ran over the sideline.
He did. Off my beautiful line break assist. He went over with me on the inside. But, we all make mistakes, but he was that good in that game. But I think the Bulldogs need wingers at the moment, so Emilio, your time, mate.
Give him a run.
Emilio for
Give
sure.
him a run.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's move on to the preview. As always, this is thanks to Picklebet. Massive shout out to Picklebet. Obviously, we have the multis now up on Picklebet where we pick our best multi of the week, and everyone watching can jump on those multis. If you're going to get on those multis and doing it with Picklebet, make sure you use the code HOTDOG when you sign up. Last week, Zane, you came close with your Souths multi. We had Souths 1-12 and Walker. Walker didn't score. I had my Tigers bet 12. It was paying so much. And then we also had our try scorer multi, which we do, where we pick 2 try scorers each. And that we got 3 out of 4 in that, so that came close. Edward Cossey let us down. But yeah, if you're going to jump on Picklebet, as I said, use code HOTDOG, but always gamble responsibly.
I want to look at some lineups here.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Yeah. Gamble responsibly. Chances are you're about to lose. As I just said, we came close with our multis on the weekend, but we didn't hit any because you usually lose. And if you're having any trouble like I am, call 1-800-858-858. I'm actually not having trouble, but I'm having trouble getting a bet to get up. But let's have a look at Sharks versus Cowboys, the Thursday night game. Actually, before we get into it, while you look up for teams, I want to tell you my new tipping strategy, Zane.
You have a new one, do you?
So this year, I went back over it, obviously. What are we, 8 weeks in or 9 weeks in?
Yeah.
Something like that.
9 weeks, round 9.
The most tips I've got right in one round is 4 out of 8.
Yeah, my most was this week was 7 out of 8.
So I haven't got more than half right. So most of the time I'm getting less than half. So this week, I went and put my tips in, like on NRL tipping, and then I just completely swapped it. So I put in the teams I thought was going to win, and then I've tipped the opposite team. That's my new strategy.
Yeah.
So let's get into Sharks, Cowboys. As I said, no changes. Originally, I picked the Sharks. So my tip this week is Cowboys 1-12.
So you're going to Cowboys, right?
Yeah, because I thought the Sharks would win, so I'm tipping the Cowboys. And I'm on Ronaldo Mulatalo anytime try scorer.
Well, I'm definitely not tipping the Cowboys. I think at Shark Park, I'm going to tip the Sharks 13 plus as well.
Wow.
And my anytime try scorer, we see Kennedy, he has on and off games.
Yeah.
Like, fantasy-wise.
Yeah.
So my anytime try, I'm going Ronaldo Mulatalo.
Oh, you got
not bomb one this
well.
week, get a good try. And I'm backing him to get the preseason. I said Johnson, I'm backing Mulatalo to be the top try scorer.
Because we both tipped him, do you want to put him in our multi?
I've got a multi.
Oh, you've got a try scorer multi?
Is going to be, my full one multi that we'll put up will be from the Seagulls and Titans game.
Well, yeah, but do you want to put Mulatalo in our 4 try scorer? We go 2 each. Because we've both got him, so put him in. Shout out to Picklebet. So you're not on the Souths in your multi this week? Interesting.
Yeah, no, I thought it'd go a bit different this week because I was going to do Dragons versus Dogs, but I thought you'd probably end up doing them.
I was tempted, but
mine is
I need to beat you in the tipping.
Seagulls and Titans.
Yeah, true. Oh, we'll get to that. Eels Knights. Regan Campbell-Gillard's obviously out for quite a while. And the most important fact, I guess, out of this game, every time this year...
Who was your anytime try scorer?
I haven't done it yet.
Okay, yeah.
Every time that I've tipped the Eels this year, they've lost.
Yes.
And every time I've tipped against them, they've won. Literally every time. So, and obviously I've got the new tipping strategy. I thought the Eels would win this game, but because I want the Eels to lose and because I'm tipping the opposite, I'm on Knights 1-12 and I'm on Dom Young anytime try scorer.
That's very odd because I'm on Eels 1-12. I think Eels need to start getting some wins, but I'm going to Knights player to score. I'm going an Eels player to score, and it's Dom Young's opposite, Hayes Dunster.
Dunster, yeah. Nice. As I said, I think Eels will win, and that's why I'm tipping the Knights. All right, Broncos Souths, Oates, Mann, and Haas are all out, and
big losses
because of that. Like they're massive losses, so I think Souths will win.
Yeah,
I'm on Broncos 1-12 with Adam Reynolds anytime try scorer.
Yeah, well, I mean Reynolds is a good choice. Yeah, to go against the old club.
It's the Adam Reynolds Cup. I forgot to put in the little cup titles, bowl titles, but this is the Adam Reynolds Cup, and I think Adam Reynolds will score in it. Did he score both times last year against Souths?
He did, yeah. He scored twice. Well, he missed the first game.
Okay, and then scored a double.
And my anytime try scorer, every week I've been going Johnston, Mitchell, Walker. I might toss it up a bit. Coming from the bench, down the middle, Tom Burgess. Big try, yeah.
Are you going Souths 13 plus? 1-12. And you go on Burgess anytime.
Haas and
even
are such big losses.
Massive. Even Oates.
They've been so good for him, yeah.
It's huge outs. That's why I think Souths will win, and that's why I'm on the Broncos. It's such a good strategy. I don't see how it's going to backfire.
I didn't notice until the other week. Patrick Carrigan has never scored.
I heard that the other week, and I was like, wow. That's Alex 12 territory.
Yeah, far out.
Do you search how many games he's played?
2019 he made his debut.
That's a while ago.
I swear I've seen him score before. But yeah, because I did a video earlier in the year where I was like...
He's played 69 games. Nice.
Yeah. I made a video pre-season where I'm ranking top 10 most likely who's going to be the top try scorer. And I put Carrigan 7. I'm like, he should get
top try scorer.
He's never scored before. I'm like, really? I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, wow. That's funny.
Yeah, I can't believe
he's a bloke that should have scored a try. Yeah. He's club captain.
Similar to Murray, the way he runs the line. I thought he would have definitely scaunched over one.
He was player of the series in Origin.
Yeah.
But Raiders Phins. This one's in Canberra and Kotrick is out.
Not in Canberra, it's in Wagga.
Thank you.
Sorry, Wagga.
Is it? I call it Wagga.
Yeah. Well, James Graham says Wagga.
Oh, it's Wagga Wagga. It's such a good name. They named it twice.
Yeah, Wagga Wagga.
Sorry, thank you for correcting
McDonald's Park in Wagga.
Yeah, true. Ooh. Who are you going?
I don't know. Raiders coming off the bye, but this Jack Wighton incident might hurt them, so I'm going to...
Yeah, a bit of team chemistry affected.
Say Dolphins.
Raiders are normally good in Wagga Wagga from memory.
They are. Without confidence, I'm going to say Dolphins.
1-12 then?
And let's go...
1-12?
1-12, yeah. And seeing as I'm tipping the Dolphins, let's go Mark Nichols to score.
Marky Nichols, the GOAT.
He's never lost a game where he scored. And when he scored the other day, I'm like, I knew the record. I'm like, oh my gosh, Dolphins should win it from here.
Yeah.
Nichols has never lost in a game where he scored.
You had him to make the Queensland side, didn't you?
I had him in the reserves.
I've got some bad news for you. Yeah. He's not a Queenslander.
Is he not?
He's not a Queenslander.
No, I've read before he was a
He's
Queenslander.
a New South Welshman. I couldn't believe it either. Yeah.
I'm pretty certain he's a Queenslander. Really?
He's not a Queenslander.
Well, then he's not making the side then.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've seen
because I had somebody comment on the YouTube. They were like, Mark Nichols is New South Wales, you idiot. And I was like, is he? And then I went and searched and
Really?
From what I could find, he's New South Wales.
I swear I've read somewhere before he's a Queenslander.
Sorry, man.
Wow, okay.
You're going to have to redo your Queensland side. No. Poor Marky Nichols, you've tipped him to make Queensland. That's got to be one of the worst takes all time. He's never going to play for Queensland.
God.
But just because he's not a Queenslander doesn't mean he can't score this weekend. That's all right. But I just thought, I found that funny because when you said, I was like, I didn't question it at all.
Yeah, I swear I've read somewhere before he's a Queenslander. But
apparently he's New South Wales. Manly Titans.
This is where my multi's going to come in.
So Parker and Schuster are out. Garrick's at centre. Turbo got named.
He is.
You go first.
Titans are
Wait, no, hang on. I didn't give my tip the last game. Sorry. I'm all over the shop. So I agree. I think Dolphins will win. So I'm on the Raiders 1-12, and I'm on Jared Croker anytime. He hasn't scored this year yet.
Fair enough.
Sorry, I'll now let you go. What is your multi of the week in the Manly Titans game?
So, I'm so bitter at the Titans at the moment. They ruined my perfect round. Yeah. They lost an absolutely unlosable game. Yeah. And I think, Four Pines Park has been an absolute fortress for Manly this year. Titans will be better, but I'm tipping Manly 13+.
Wow.
I'm just, I love the Titans. I want them to do well, but I don't think they're winning this game, and I just can't tip them at the moment. That was just... I'm so angry at them. Yeah. So angry at how they lost that game. And who do you
think
And I'm saying Jason Saab scores.
Saab, that's good.
Every time I tip against the Titans, I pick an outside back to score because that's where they're going to leak their points. Yeah. So Jason Saab, that's my multi.
Yeah.
Manly 13+.
Solid.
Saab.
So if you want to ride that bad boy with Zane, get some revenge on the Titans, jump on Picklebet, use code HOTDOG, and ride that bad boy. While we mentioned it, my multi of the week, we already did it. Like I already said it. Mine's Broncos 1-12 with Reynolds.
Anytime.
Yeah, I've just the Adam Reynolds Cup. I can't look past it, so I'm going Reynolds anytime. That's my multi of the week. So if you want to ride that one as well, get on Picklebet. And then my multi in this game, I agree. Like it's a fortress, Brookvale. Yeah. I mean, as Titans. Just as you said, they lost. You said it all perfectly,
I'm so angry at them at the moment.
You said it perfectly.
So bitter towards them.
Because I think Manly will win this one, I'm on Titans 1-12. And I'm on Khan Pereira to score a try because he's usually quite safe. And then it's Panthers Tigers. Now this one's interesting.
Is this the week?
So it's in Bathurst. Back where I'm from, actually, out near Bathurst. Lots of Panthers are rumoured to be rested.
Come on, is this?
We're talking like Nathan Cleary.
But that's because they're playing the Tigers. But
when they do traditionally,
it doesn't matter.
Rest players.
Panthers 13+. You're not picking that. You're crazy. Panthers 13+, then gosh, who to choose?
It's tricky because what if the play gets taken out?
I'm gonna go. Oh yeah, exactly. Someone who should play. Saying Zach Hoskins should probably play.
Hoskins,
so we'll go Hoskins.
Nice. There'd be a bit of value in that too. Yeah. I just think. No, even if they rest players, surely they win. Staines is out with Nofaluma in. The Tigers keep changing. Obviously, like Cleary's carrying an injury, and obviously there's some other players, I think second rollers and stuff.
Yeah.
And so, so the reason it's rumoured is because a lot of players got pulled out of Cup, like Jack Cogger, players like that, they got pulled out of Cup and put in the reserves. So there is, rumours that all these players are going to be taken out, but Panthers, surely they're not losing to the Tigers, right?
Yeah, surely they win.
And for that reason, I'm on Tigers 1-12. I don't want to be, but this is my strategy.
Is this the week?
This is my strategy, and I'm on the man of the hour. He's back in the side. David Nofaluma, the happiest man in the world. Anytime try score. If the Tigers are going to score a point, it's going to be through Nofa, surely. I don't think they'll score a point. And then the Warriors and the Roosters kick off Super Sunday.
Sunday ticket.
The Sunday ticket. It's in New Zealand, but Chance Nickel-Klokstad, Jazz Tavanga, Harris are all out. Tupou's out for the Roosters. Keep in mind, the Warriors took it to the Roosters last time they played, and they don't really lose home games.
Corey Allen comes in.
Yep. Ex-Bulldogs legend, Corey Allen.
I hope the Warriors don't put their heads down after that loss to Storm because they played
surely they
so
put
well.
Their heads
They need
up.
to stay positive.
That was nearly a win.
I think they can win this. I think they win this, and I'm going to say... Well, mate, I tipped him the other week, so I'm going to say Adam Pompey to score.
Pompey! Oh, I like it. I agree. Even though there's players out, I feel like...
And the Roosters back line, I'm not looking rating at the moment.
And they made lots of errors against the Dragons, I think. Even though there's players out for the Warriors, they don't seem to be a team that's going to care if somebody's out. Like, they're not the best team on paper, so it's just turn up and do a job in New Zealand.
Their bench is not good, the Warriors.
Yeah, but like it at all. They just don't lose games in New Zealand.
Josh Curran's starting.
Sorry. They don't lose games in New Zealand, so I think Warriors will win. I think Warriors will win 1-12, and for that reason, I'm on the Roosters 1-12, and I'm on Corey Allen, ex-Bulldogs legend, anytime try scorer. Sorry, what did you say? Did you say Warriors 1-12?
Yeah, Adam Pompey.
And Pompey. I didn't write that down. Shout out to Adam Pompey.
Yeah, we love you.
Absolutely disrespected him 2 weeks ago.
Pompey.
I did. Yeah, I called him. I think I wrote down
and
Pompey.
You said he was a forward
and then I said he was a forward. I just had no idea who he was. I feel so bad. Why do I have a podcast? And then the game of the week.
Probably up there, to be honest. Actually, no, I think Broncos South.
I think this could almost be worst game of the week. It's going to be a slugfest. It's
an exciting game, though. I think
it's exciting because both teams are pretty even. It's Dragons Bulldogs in Wollongong, my home game, your home game as well.
Yeah.
Flanagan's been dropped. Reynolds is at 5'8". Hughes has replaced Davey. Just on Reynolds being named at 5'8". I've got a stat for you, Zane. Josh Reynolds obviously hasn't played 5'8" for the Bulldogs since his last game. Yeah, I put it on my story. And the last time he played 5'8" for the Bulldogs, he won against the Dragons. But it goes a bit further. So I went and found that stat. And then obviously every week I did the put your house on the Doggies thing, right? So I was like, I might go and find out when the last time Reynolds lost to the Dragons was, so I can go like, Reynolds hasn't lost to the Dragons as 5'8" in like however many years. Put your house on the Doggies.
That's the Bulldogs.
Guess what I found out? He's never lost to the Dragons as a starting 5'8".
Wow. Ever.
And so for that reason, I think the Bulldogs will win, and I can't ignore the Bulldogs winning. I'm not flipping my tip for this game. It's Doggies 13+, and it's Josh Reynolds anytime try scorer. He's never lost to the Dragons. He scored in his last game for the Bulldogs against the Dragons, and he's going to score in his first game back as a starting 5'8".
Beat the Dragons
to knock him out.
No, God only
literally,
knows how
his last moment as a Bulldogs starting 5'8" was scoring a try against the Dragons, and he got hurt, went off the field. And that's when everyone thought he was done as a Bulldog. And he's back as a starting 5'8" against the Dragons. It's poetry. It's an omen. It's Doggies 13+, Reynolds anytime try scorer.
I love you being positive, and I think Reynolds can score in this game. But, Dragons just always take it to another level in Wollongong, and it's going to be in the rain. And both these sides in the rain. Not excited for this.
Slugfest.
But I think Dragons win 13+ in Wollongong. And Ben Hunt, anytime try scorer.
Hunt in
pretty much
Wollongong's
scores every time in Wollongong and kicks the ball straight off out of the ground at the southern end. So I think
Hunt is a lock.
Ben Hunt scores at the southern end. How about that?
Yeah, I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. Quickly, obviously that's the end of our tips. Let's throw together some try scorers. Obviously we got Mulatalo. I'm thinking
Hunt's one we can throw in.
I want to throw in both Reynoldses.
Adam and
Josh, are you happy to do that?
Yeah, let's do it.
And I like Hunt.
Yeah,
and because then you got like Reynolds. You can't ignore that.
Yeah.
So so if you want to get on this bet on Picklebet, I think there'll be a bit of value in it as well. It's got Mulatalo, Reynolds, and Hunt all to score a try. Sign up to Picklebet, use code HOTDOG, but gamble responsibly. That's us done. Anything else, Zane, or are you happy to pack it up there?
I think we can pack it up now.
Pack it up.
Looking forward to this weekend.
Are you going to any games?
Yes.
You're going to the Doggies Dragons? Where do Souths play?
They play in Brisbane.
Not going. Not going to fly up for the Adam Reynolds Cup.
The Reynolds Cup.
Yeah, sweet. All right, that'll do us.
I was going to Magic Round though, but too late now. I'll be there next year.
Next year, lock it in. Zane Potter 2024. Yeah. You can lock two things in 2024. Zane Potter Magic Round, Doggies Premiership 2024. Lock it in. That's Orange Peelers. I'll see you on Sunday, Zane.